Okay, buen día. Just joining you again to give you a little step-by-step through our Capítulo 3 and our guide for completing some of the activities for our online course. So we're here on page 3. Pages 1 and 2 are straightforward with vocabulary and some en casa assignments. But as you go through the en clase assignments on page 3, especially with Actividad 3.2, if you aren't working with someone directly, you need to both ask and answer the questions. So you say, ¿Dónde está la gasolinera? In our example here, and then you'd need to answer, ¿Está cerca del supermercado? So here, this would be, ¿Dónde está el supermercado? And then you would need to also write an answer, está cerca de, and give some type of direction. Okay? Again, both questions and answers. With Actividad 3.3, I realize this is an online course, so you may not need access to any of these things, but it never hurts to know. So you can make things up, that's fine. Here on the modelo, again, just like Actividad 3.2, you ask and answer the same question unless you're working with someone. ¿Dónde está el laboratorio de química? Está en el edificio de ciencias. So some things you might be able to just guess at. Again, I'm not going to fact check on this. But if you would like to, you can Google. All I did here was I did a Google for, I'll show you how to do it. I did an NMSU map, Google, and then it shows up here, and so it tells you different buildings and things right here, so you can find out where they're at. Also, if you, for example, not just this activity, but on the next one, Actividad 3.4, eres mentor o mentora, you might have to do a little research when we do this in an in-person class. If people don't know exactly where Justicia Criminal is at NMSU, then we ask them to look it up on the internet. So one of these questions is, ¿Dónde está el departamento de matemáticas? So where's the math department? You can just Google that, NMSU Math Department, and you'll find out. You can see the website, and it usually tells where they're at, okay? What building and things like that. So that will help with Actividad 3.3 and 3.4. Okay, con Actividad 3.6, you're just working together. It says work together, but obviously you can do this on your own. You're just interpreting the emoji code. ¿Está bien? Con los sentimientos y todo, condiciones. Here it says you're working together again, but it's just asking for a phrase. You get a situation, and then you describe how the person or people are feeling. Okay? For 3.8 and the text message, if, again, you don't have any contacts with anyone in class, if you have friends that speak Spanish and are able to do that, do as many as you can. It says 3 o 4 personas diferentes. Again, whatever you can do here is good. I will open a space to submit that in the upload in Canvas, okay? The knowledge checkpoint is pretty straightforward. You're just hearing a question and you need to select the correct form of the verb. Just one note on if you're having audio issues with audio files here. I think I've sent out some messages, but I'll say it once again that the textbook works best in Google Chrome. No issues with sound files. Safari for some reason has some problems. I have a Mac, so I use Safari. when I'm on Safari, it's hit or miss, but when I use Google Chrome, it's fine. And when I say use Google Chrome, it just doesn't mean go search Google. You need to type in the words. Here, I'll show you. You can say, there we go. You need to type in download Google Chrome and get a new browser. It's not just looking up something on Google, okay? And so you'll need to follow the steps on downloading and installing that to be able to use it with audio files, okay? Okay, on página 6A with Actividad 3.10, I think this is the first time we've seen this kind of an activity. It tells you to work together again, but again, you can do this on your own. What you're doing here is simply taking one element from the left column, pick a verb here from the middle, and then complete the sentence by using the third column, las frases parciales. So you need to make the verb agree with whatever person or people that you select here. And then you'll need to make sure that the third part makes sense with the verb. So ella siempre contesta las preguntas en la clase de español. So that would be ella, which is she. Siempre contesta is the verb contestar. And then las preguntas en la clase de matemáticas. Yo no escucho música en mis clases. So that would be yo, and then the verb escuchar, and then música en mis clases. Okay? So you need to make sure they all make sense, but you're just combining elements of the three columns. Okay? Again, when we're asking and answering questions, if it's asking for a dialogue and you're working on your own, you need to provide the question and you need to provide the answer as well. Diario 2, you'll need to remember it's following the same practice as with Diario 1. We're doing a first draft. I will make comments and then you'll submit a second draft. So just follow the instructions in the book. So here on página 8, continuing with our verb study, similar to what we did in previous activities, you're going to be combining things in the first column with the middle column and then finishing things out with the third column. Again, when you're forming questions, you will do preguntas y respuestas. You'll make the question and also fill in the answer. Okay, that helps us practice that. Again, this chapter is all about questions and answers, so this is just a way for you to make up a huge list of simple questions that you can ask and that you'll be able to answer as we have conversations con nuestros amigos y amigas. Okay, one thing on our Actividad 3.17, preguntas personales. These preguntas personales activities will show up frequently in our chapters. So again, since it's question answer, please write the question and also an answer for it. And finally, to close out this video guide, on página 10, there's an activity with a video called Somos la Universidad de la Nación, UNAM, the Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. It's the biggest university in Mexico and perhaps in the world. I would recommend doing this activity, at least watching the video, because it's part of the exam that's coming up. If you do this activity, it can be considered as part of your portafolio de las 3C, which we'll work on again in chapters 6 and 7, but I do highly recommend watching the video, just recognizing things from it, because in the, again, like I said, in the quiz that we have, it does show up again. Just one more quick suggestion on this. The video that you're going to see may go it seemed like it goes quite quickly. What you need to remember is that this is, keep it in context, and you aren't expected to learn or understand everything you hear or see. The video that you're going to see is a promotional video, just like a recruiting video that NMSU or any other university puts out. And so there's going to be information about things you can study, use the images to help you grasp what's going on. We'll talk about extracurricular activities and just the university in general. Okay, so that's all you're looking for when you watch this video. All right. Please let me know si tienen preguntas. Hasta luego.